everything that we desire, right, that's in our script, that feels exciting to us, that we want to attain, can be used by the Spirit, because it's ultimately being used by the Spirit, by life within the dream, so that you can become who you're meant to become. We think we're caterpillars. We think that's all there is. We live a life of caterpillarism. And then we come to a point. Life brings us to a point where we feel the need to go inside. Something in us is no longer satisfied with being the caterpillar that we thought we were the entire time, that we thought that was it. We wanted to be the best caterpillar. And life is like, you're not even a caterpillar. And then you think this is what you are? This is not what you are. You know, I was just coming to the park and I came across this beautiful butterfly garden where like so many butterflies have just been born. They were all fluttering and just, you could feel the excitement of new life. You could feel the energy. They were all fluttering together, and yet they were still very close to their cocoons, all very much on the fence. It was all on a fence that was protecting sort of the garden. And it was just so beautiful to witness, and I felt so called to walk over and see, and I knew that Spirit was leading me there so that I could use this. Now I could feel, thank you, Spirit, I could feel how the message was going to come together with what I wanted to share, what was on my heart to speak today. And so it's really uniting this idea of transformation, but beyond transformation and, you know, the becoming of the butterfly. Sometimes we get so caught up in thinking that the things that we want, the desires that we have, and each one of us has a different script of things that call to us, right? 111, as I say that, like each one of us has a seemingly different script, right? And different lessons and different experiences that we're meant to experiences. And those desires lead us to those experiences. And yet ultimately we're all being led to the same understanding, to the same revelation of who we truly are, of what this is all about, of what this dream experience is all about, right? Of the role we play in this grand awakening to the love of God, to the love of who we truly are, which is ultimately love itself, right? God is love itself. It is light, pure spirit. And so it's just beautiful to see these butterflies in this way, because it's just analogous. What a metaphor to, you know, so many of us live our lives believing that we are caterpillars. My daughter caught a caterpillar the other day and she wanted to keep it, and we know it's a moth caterpillar, so it turns into a moth. And now I just realized that connection too, like there's a lot of caterpillars right now, and clearly butterflies are being born, right? It's like in the energy. And I literally just made a video about the shift that is happening, that we're feeling, that we've entered. You can feel that we've entered a new frequency, right? There's been a tipping point. Some call it like an ascension point, right? All words to describe that different parts of the mind, because the whole mind is one. All of our minds are connected. It's one mind, right? Revealing itself in different bodies and different things that we believe we're separate, but ultimately we're not. And those fractals, seemingly fragmented pieces of mind, are waking up to the truth of who they are. The lights are turning on, and that is shifting just our experience within the dream, right? And so it's beautiful to see, because this is a conversation that needs to be had. 333. We all need to know this together. We are here not to attain certain things. Yes, we have desires. Yes, we have things that may fill our heart. Sometimes they may be egoic. Sometimes they may be spirit-driven, love-driven. And yet, funny enough, all of them are leading us to transformation. All of them are leading us, yes, all of us, towards our greatest awakening, towards discovering, unraveling. Is that a little bit of a spider web? I'm walking through spider webs and mosquitoes, Florida life. Anyhow, all of them, are leading us to discover who we truly are. Whether it was an egoic desire, right, or egoic based understanding of a desire, or it was a spirit-led desire, right, a guided. In the end, it's all working for us to become, or depending on how you look at it, truly unbecome all the things of the past that we thought we were, all the things that the programming and our parents told us we were, and society told us we should be. All of that, we're shedding all of that. And that shedding happens when we start questioning what's happening, when we live challenges, when we know pain, when we experience tragedy. All of these things are catalysts on the way that are catalysts that actually we experience through our desires, right? Through wanting to get something, through having a family, through different things that are important to us. And we experience pain and we experience loss, right? The belief in loss. We experience all of these things. And yet they are the catalyzers to us questioning everything, to us getting to our knees and surrendering, because we thought we knew what we wanted, because we thought we knew what would make us happy, what would fulfill us, what would give us meaning. And yet it hasn't, and it doesn't, or something is taken, seemingly taken from us. And it is not. Something is being born and given to you. And yet the whole dream seems to be us versus life, right? For a while, that I would call that the caterpillar stage, right? The stage in where we believe we're a caterpillar, that we just kind of trot along and do what other caterpillars do, and we try to be the best caterpillar we could be. And we don't even know that we have the potential of a butterfly inside of us. We don't even know that we are meant to fly, that our truest identity is lying dormant within because we're in a slumber about who we are. We don't even know it yet. And that is a stage, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just what happens. It's just how things flow. And so the mind is awakening to itself, to the truth of what it actually is, right? Dispelling illusions. And it can only get to dispel illusions by living through illusions, right? By becoming aware of what was an illusion, what actually never fulfilled me, what actually never gave me meaning, what actually I believed, that the stories I told myself about this fulfilling me, or about this being the thing that was going to bring me peace. And then we realize, no, it doesn't. And so that's what this whole video is about, because it's not that those things are wrong and desiring those things are ultimately wrong. They're all leading you. Spirit is using all of it to wake you up in the most gentle fashion when you are ready. It's a human thing. It just happens to be a human experience to wait till the very, very last, most tragic, most painful, most difficult, most unfulfilling moment for us to then start listening. And that is when the cocoon stage starts. The cocoon stage starts when we start asking questions, when we start seeing the importance of looking within and then seeking understanding. And that when our eyes go inward, to look at ourselves, to look at our mind, that's really looking at ourselves, right? Looking at our mind. What have we believed? What did we believe would make us happy? Why are we here? What's the point of all of this? Hold on, I feel like I want to clean my... Is that a little better? Maybe. So it's just like all of these things have led us then now to a cocoon stage. We're ready to, get into our cocoon. We're ready to isolate, to become quiet, to separate ourselves from the world for a while, from everything we were taught that we had to be. And we are seeking to understand things that were never taught to us, or that life has led us to question deeply. And so But this is so beautiful because this is the beginning of revelation. This is the beginning of getting to know who we truly are. And just like these butterflies who were just so excited, so fluttery, so filled with joy when they reached the release, right? They're like in the air for the first time. This is what we're all seeking. That is the fulfillment. But that fulfillment does not come from the things. And that's what this video is about. It's not about the thing. It's about who you become on the way to the thing. It's about how Spirit uses the thing so that you can practice knowing who you truly are, the love that you are, and that there's no thing or attachment to a thing that will fulfill you. And so it teaches you freedom. It teaches you your true essence through attaining possibly the thing, or going after the thing and going after it and not attaining it. So whichever, or the thing is always there. It is the dangling carrot, as they say, or the breadcrumbs that are leading you back to become the love, to experience the love that you are, to wake up to the truth within you and realize that all these desires and all these things have always been the permission slips given to you so that you can experience the love that you are. You know, like when we find a partner and we think that this person's going to fulfill us, or we feel amazing as to how they make us feel. Yeah, what happens is that with this person, and Peter Crone says this, he's a great teacher. With this person, what's happening is that we're allowing ourselves to feel the love that's already within us. Isn't that interesting? They are the permission slip for us to reveal the love that we already feel and have within us. And yet we think it is within them, within the exterior, within something else outside of us. But it isn't. It isn't. And we can't really come to know that and have that experience unless we just step forward and we're open and we are willing to be like, okay, what is this all about? Show me, Spirit. Show me. So this is me giving you this spirit vision, right? What Spirit's putting on my heart with the whole analogy and metaphor of the butterfly. You are a butterfly within. And you may believe that you're just a caterpillar. Or you may believe that you're stuck in a cocoon and you don't see the light. But the butterfly has always been you. That is who you truly are. And yet you cannot fully experience that. And you cannot feel the flutter, the joy, yet fully, let's say, more fully, because we can feel joy. We have glimpses of joy. We know what that feels like. But a more like fulfilling joy, a more sustained peace, sustained joy, sustained trust, that comes from going through the cocoon stage. That comes from moving through the desires and the challenges and the fulfillments, the things that we think will fulfill us and that ultimately don't. They are all leading us to that inner understanding, to that awakening, to that transformation of who we truly are. And then we realize, wow, it was never in the things. It was always me in relationship to the things. It was always me giving me a permission slip. And yes, each one of us has different things that we're attracted to, that we have, that we feel spark towards. Beautiful. And yet, let's not get caught up in the things. Let's remember that the things are leading us back to the truth of who we are and allowing Spirit to reveal, right? Letting us become who we are. Ultimately, it's who we become on the way to the thing and not the thing. Whether it's coming from a quote-unquote positive experience or a quote-unquote negative experience, right? Which ultimately, if we look at it from Spirit vision, none of it is either good or bad. It's all just for you to experience you, the true you, the unbound you, the limitless love and light Spirit you. And so let's let everything reveal everything, absolutely everything. Yeah, look like that. Let's let absolutely everything reveal the butterfly within so that we can fly high, friends. Love you all.